With a gentle companion, find the wisdom to love yourself better. Today, we're diving into Ilse Sand's book, Highly Sensitive People in an Insensitive World. This book will help you understand, accept, and uncover the unique value that high sensitivity brings. Highly sensitive people face many challenges in life. For instance, they can easily become overwhelmed by noise, bright lights, or crowded spaces. Social gatherings might leave them feeling drained, and they're more likely to feel hurt in the face of emotional conflict. At the same time, highly sensitive people possess advantages that others might find hard to match. They are perceptive and nuanced, able to notice subtleties, both emotional and physical, that others might miss. This trait might appear to complicate life, but it also enriches it, filling your existence with a wealth of feelings and experiences. It's like a double-edged sword. It grants you extraordinary perceptive abilities while also bringing more challenges and complications. To truly benefit from your sensitivity, the first step is learning to accept yourself. High sensitivity isn't a flaw, it's an innate gift. You need to measure yourself by quality, not quantity. Perhaps in the workplace, your efficiency might not be as high as others, but you can ensure the quality of your work. Your sensitivity allows you to understand subtle emotional shifts better and appreciate the beauty in the world more deeply. This gift isn't meant to be used for comparing yourself to others. It's meant to help you understand yourself more deeply and interact with the world more effectively. 1 in 5 people has high sensitivity, so you're not alone. Highly sensitive people are more dependent on their environment. If their surroundings are not harmonious, they will feel unhappy. But if everything is in order, they will be full of energy. Studies show that in challenging situations, highly sensitive children are more prone to illness than other children, but in positive and familiar environments, they are actually healthier. High sensitivity is an inborn temperament. This temperament gives you a highly developed nervous system, enabling you to perceive subtle differences and process information more deeply. You might feel overwhelmed by an excess of information, but this is also why you can make more comprehensive decisions in complex situations. Highly sensitive people can perceive more information, which makes it particularly difficult for them to endure unpleasant sounds, scenes, or smells. What might be a normal sound for others could be unbearable noise for you, even pushing your nervous system to the brink. You might find yourself particularly sensitive to cold weather or repulsed by the smell of chemicals. Even the scent of clothing or furniture might make you uncomfortable. In a cafe, you might get a headache from the loud music, and narrow, crowded places could make you feel uneasy. Highly sensitive people usually have a high capacity for empathy. They can keenly sense others' emotions and often feel exhausted after a day's work. This empathetic ability makes them very dedicated to helping and caring for others, but it also makes it difficult for them to leave work-related emotions behind when they get home. Highly sensitive people are often driven by a strong sense of responsibility, sometimes feeling like they need to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They go out of their way to avoid inconveniencing others, spending extra energy to maintain relationships. This strong sense of responsibility can sometimes feel overwhelming, but it's also what helps them maintain inner peace in complex social interactions. Highly sensitive people have a rich inner world. Their imagination is incredibly vivid, and their inner life is colorful. For those with busy schedules, unemployment or retirement might be a crisis, but sensitive individuals often see it as a rare opportunity to create a new self and enjoy a tranquil life. Their rich inner world means that sensitive people often experience a constant flow of thoughts without needing much external motivation. This powerful drive can even be intimidating because it seems to stem from a deep inner longing. Many sensitive individuals believe that humans are just a part of the world. They carry a deep reverence for nature and can sense their connection with animals and plants. Some choose to explore various religious beliefs and organizations, but more often, they create their belief systems or take a broad approach, absorbing different beliefs and choosing the ones that resonate with them. This quest for spiritual understanding not only helps sensitive people better navigate the world, but also enables them to face life's challenges with greater composure and resilience. Highly sensitive people tend to be more cautious, observing carefully and thinking deeply before they act. While this reduces the likelihood of mistakes, it can also slow down their actions. Therefore, they prefer to take time to consider things carefully before speaking or acting. This caution isn't due to a fear of taking risks. It's because they know their energy is limited and they don't want to waste it on unnecessary arguments or mistakes. Instead, they strive to avoid hunger, thirst, and cold because these affect them more profoundly than they do others. Sensitive people always see the whole picture and need more time to think things through than others. Every word they speak and every action they take is considered carefully or is infused with creativity. This is why many writers, artists, or thinkers exhibit typical traits of high sensitivity. However, when overwhelmed by too much stimulation, sensitive people might feel despair or on the verge of breaking down. In such situations, they might act impulsively to extricate themselves, such as quitting their job suddenly, cutting ties with friends, or seeking a temporary escape in some way. Highly sensitive people usually enjoy deep conversations, while shallow chit-chat leaves them feeling uninterested. They prefer to invest their energy in things that seem worthwhile because to them, those things are meaningful. In conversations, sensitive people like to remain quiet, listening attentively. Silence can invisibly deepen the conversation. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words and can bring people closer together. If you're a sensitive person, you might find that you prefer deep communication, whether in one-on-one conversations or in small group discussions. Categorizing people into different types makes us aware of how different we are from one another. But if you define yourself as one specific type, you might unconsciously exclude other aspects of your personality that don't fit that type. The result is that you might forget that you still have the potential to change and grow. Highly sensitive people often strive for perfection and set high standards for themselves. However, these high standards can lead to exhaustion and stress, even making them feel inferior. Sensitive people find it hard to be socially active for long periods because they're always worried about not meeting others' expectations or being the person others want them to be. Highly sensitive people often set very high standards for themselves, such as being helpful, friendly, and understanding. However, if they fail to meet these standards, they might feel they're not good enough and become more prone to feelings of inadequacy. This conflict between high expectations and low self-esteem often leaves sensitive individuals troubled. On one hand, they have confidence in themselves. On the other hand, they feel insecure about their abilities, constantly doubting whether they're good enough. To overcome an inferiority complex, highly sensitive people first need to lower their self-expectations. You can start with small things and gradually learn to accept your imperfections. At the same time, addressing the beliefs and limitations that hinder and restrict you will help you find more freedom. Being your authentic self is the first step toward embracing a new life. When you stop wasting energy pretending to be someone you're not and instead show your true self, you'll find that your life becomes fuller and more meaningful. Highly sensitive people need to create space for their sensitive nature, such as by enjoying nature, engaging in creative activities, meditating, and reflecting. Doing things that benefit your body can help you alleviate anxiety and improve your mood. At the same time, learning to say no to others overstepping boundaries is a way to protect yourself. You need to understand that clearly defining your boundaries allows you to better control your life and avoid being overwhelmed by excessive stimuli. Highly sensitive people need time alone, allowing themselves space in life to pause. When you have the courage to tell others that you get tired easily, you're not far from successfully adapting to your sensitive nature. Sensitive people aren't just passive adapters to life, they're also creators. They can arrange their lives according to their unique needs. Gradually, they'll discover that even without constant pressure, they can still live a happy life. Sensitive people need to allow themselves to occasionally be a free-spirited and seemingly useless soul. Alleviating anxiety by reducing external stimuli, such as closing your eyes to block most information or wearing earplugs to listen to your favorite music, can be very helpful. Doing useless things, like journaling, drawing, or simply washing dishes or exercising, can help you recharge, giving you the energy to face life's challenges. Sensitive people need to learn to be kind to their bodies and get along with them. For example, foot baths, massages, running, and dancing can help relieve anxiety and keep you healthy. Exercise is extremely beneficial. It not only helps you maintain physical health, but also allows you to accumulate more energy in your daily life, helping you cope with the inevitable stress and challenges. Highly sensitive people need to learn to express themselves courageously. This not only reduces the intrusion of external stimuli, but also helps you find more support when facing life's difficulties. Learning to empathize and stop overthinking is another way to cope with life's pressures. When you find yourself dwelling on distressing thoughts, actively stopping yourself and not continuing to ruminate can actually help you better handle the challenges at hand. The more clearly highly sensitive people can express their feelings, the deeper their relationships can become. Observing carefully, expressing courageously, and finally articulating your perceptions without bias are the foundations of building good relationships. If you're afraid to express your negative emotions and thoughts, your relationships will remain superficial. On the contrary, through clear expression and effective communication, your relationships will become deeper and more fulfilling. Anger is a natural emotion, but it often brings unpleasant consequences. When highly sensitive people are angry, they tend to lose their capacity for empathy, becoming black and white thinkers. Therefore, learning to manage anger is especially important for sensitive people. Behind anger often lies unmet needs. Through empathy and reflection, you can find the simplest and easiest strategies to avoid conflicts and better maintain your mental health. Highly sensitive people need to be aware of unhealthy relationships. Some people are not suitable companions for sensitive individuals, so setting boundaries and using your empathy carefully is a way to protect yourself. If you find that you're not receiving enough respect or understanding in a relationship, you need to establish clear boundaries to avoid further harm. Anger is often just a shield people use to protect themselves. Beneath the anger, there are usually many vulnerable emotions. Highly sensitive people are good at sensing these emotions, so when dealing with anger, they need to be more cautious and sensitive. Through cognitive therapy, you can learn to manage anger while also helping you better cope with other emotions in life. This not only gives you more energy to handle problems, but also helps you remain balanced and calm when facing life's challenges. Guilt is often anger turned inward. Highly sensitive people easily feel guilty, especially when they believe they should take responsibility for others. This guilt often stems from a defense against their own feelings of helplessness and sadness. Through reflection and self-assessment, you can determine whether your guilt is reasonable and take appropriate actions to eliminate it, thereby gaining more freedom and inner peace. Shame is a vague emotion accompanied by the fear of exposure. Highly sensitive people often feel ashamed of their sensitivity, especially when they feel it doesn't align with societal or cultural values. However, by connecting with others who have had similar experiences, sensitive people can gradually overcome this shame and accept themselves anew. Through self-acceptance, they can face life's challenges with greater confidence. Highly sensitive people are more susceptible to anxiety and depression. If their upbringing didn't provide enough security and support, they might be more affected by these emotional issues. However, highly sensitive people are also skilled at imagining various possibilities and preparing for future problems. While this ability makes them more prone to anxiety, it also helps them avoid many potential crises. Fear is a natural emotion, and highly sensitive people tend to be more cautious when facing danger. Whether it's resisting the temptation of drugs or driving on the road, they tend to be more careful. Cognitive therapy can help you address the worst aspects of fear and teach you how to manage anxiety. These cognitive skills not only help you cope with fear, but also make you more composed and confident when facing other challenges in life. Negative thoughts can make you tired, which in turn makes you more negative. Highly sensitive people are prone to this vicious cycle, especially when they feel powerless to change their circumstances. By setting achievable goals and participating in less tiring activities, you can gradually break this cycle and rediscover the joy and meaning in life. Cognition determines emotion, not the other way around. Highly sensitive people often become trapped in depressive emotions because of negative thinking patterns. However, by adjusting your cognition, you can partially control your emotional experience, making yourself more positive and optimistic. Through this cognitive adjustment, highly sensitive people can better cope with life's challenges and reduce the distress caused by negative emotions. Highly sensitive people need to learn to love themselves as highly sensitive individuals. Only when you truly accept your sensitivity can you arrange your life in a way that reduces excess information and stimuli to meet your needs. Through this self-acceptance, highly sensitive people can face life's challenges more calmly and enjoy more happiness and fulfillment. Recognizing and understanding your sensitivity can bring you obvious advantages. but you also need to pay attention to things beyond your sensitive personality. There might be many underlying reasons behind your sensitive nervous system, such as experiencing some form of trauma. By healing your inner wounds, highly sensitive people can better understand themselves and find a lifestyle that suits them, leading to more peace and satisfaction in life. Highly sensitive people enjoy solitude because it allows them to savor life. However, they sometimes feel lonely. This contradiction makes them struggle in romantic relationships, especially when their partner doesn't understand their sensitive nature. However, through effective communication with their partner, highly sensitive people can find a balance between solitude and intimacy, leading to more happiness and fulfillment in life. The primary goal of psychological therapy for highly sensitive people is to help them love themselves. Many highly sensitive individuals struggle with low self-esteem and try to compensate for their perceived shortcomings by setting high standards. However, through therapy, they can gradually learn to accept their sensitivity. This isn't just about alleviating their low self-esteem, it's about better supporting and encouraging themselves when facing life's challenges. This self-love is crucial for the growth of highly sensitive people, helping them find their place in life and recognize their value. Writing a loving letter to yourself is a very practical way to practice self-love. You can carry this letter in your wallet or bag. Whenever you feel lost or make a mistake, take it out and read it to remind yourself that you are worthy of love and that your efforts are meaningful. Self-love not only helps you find more peace in life, but also enables you to maintain a positive mindset when facing difficulties. When you can support and encourage yourself well, you always have at least one person who is grateful for your efforts. That person is you. Even if your contributions are not immediately apparent, you will still feel satisfied and happy. Sometimes, giving yourself a hug or patting yourself on the back can make you feel something very precious. That is, love for yourself. This love not only brings you inner peace, but also helps you stay strong and composed when facing life's challenges. Making peace with yourself is a lifelong task for highly sensitive people. But really, it's a task for everyone. In this process, self-compassion is particularly important. Saying to yourself, "I wanted to do better, and it's okay as it is. This is good enough," is a way of indicating, "I've done enough, and at least I still love myself." Through this self-acceptance and self-forgiveness, highly sensitive people can gradually shed the shadows of the past and embrace their true selves. They no longer change themselves to meet others' expectations, but learn to live their lives according to their own terms, finding their own happiness and fulfillment. The pressure of life might weigh heavily on highly sensitive people, but it also presents the opportunity to connect with others who share similar experiences and struggles. When you realize that you're not alone and that others with similar experiences are facing the same challenges, you'll see that being different isn't such a scary thing. You'll also find that this difference can become a bridge that connects you with others. You can share your experiences of success and even become a role model for others. This exchange not only helps you feel understood, but also gives you more strength and courage to face life's challenges. While high sensitivity might not be well suited for certain areas, it makes you more capable in others. Research shows that highly reactive young monkeys raised by less anxious mothers often become leaders of their groups. Similarly, if highly sensitive people can leverage their strengths in their areas of expertise, they too can become leaders and guides in life. Highly sensitive people need more rest and self-care than others. This isn't because they're more fragile, but because they perceive more, think more, and therefore need more time to recover and recharge. Old wounds can be healed, and the love you missed in childhood can be learned and given to yourself now. If your childhood was tough and you didn't develop strong, secure attachments, and now you're struggling in life, know that not all is lost. Through self-love and self-healing, you can find balance and happiness in life once again. Loving yourself is the first step to giving and receiving love from others. Only when you truly love yourself can you better love others and receive more love and support from them. This love not only brings you fulfillment in life, but also helps you stay calm and strong when facing challenges. As parents, highly sensitive individuals face some unique challenges. They're very attuned to their children's needs, constantly monitoring their emotional changes. However, this sensitivity can also lead to feelings of guilt and self-blame, especially when they feel they haven't done their best. Highly sensitive parents need to learn how to balance their role. They can support each other by taking turns to rest or by seeking help and support from others. For example, some parents might not be able to attend every parent-teacher meeting, but they can express their care and concern for their child in other ways. Highly sensitive parents also need to accept the fact that their energy is limited and they can't meet every demand. Therefore, they need to learn to take a step back and not be too hard on themselves. By doing so, they can better care for their children while also maintaining their own mental health. As they grow up, highly sensitive children tend to exhibit strong and sustained reactions to new or unusual stimuli. This heightened reactivity makes them more cautious and anxious when facing unfamiliar environments or changes. However, this high reactivity doesn't mean they're unable to adapt to changes in life. Rather, it allows them to respond more flexibly to challenges. Highly sensitive people not only react strongly to external stimuli, but their brains are also highly responsive to emotional changes. When they see a loved one's happy emotions, their brains show significant activation. This strong reaction not only makes them more emotionally engaged, but also allows them to be more attentive and thoughtful in managing relationships. In the past, the traits of high sensitivity were often described as anxiety, shyness, or neuroticism. However, as research into this trait has deepened, people have gradually realized that it's not a pathological characteristic, but rather a unique personality type. Highly sensitive people are often seen as a complex combination of many different traits, such as conscientiousness, creativity, positivity, susceptibility, and empathy. The formation of a highly sensitive personality is influenced by both genetics and environment. Each individual's personality traits are different from birth, with genetic factors playing a larger role than environmental influences. However, social and environmental factors also play a crucial role in human development. Therefore, highly sensitive people need to find ways in life that work for them, balancing genetic and environmental influences to find their own path to happiness. Psychological assessments suggest that highly sensitive people may make up 15% to 20% of the population. However, this percentage may vary depending on cultural contexts and research methods. In societies that value extroversion and resilience, highly sensitive people are often seen as having low self-esteem and face greater pressure. Highly sensitive people are more likely than others to seek support and help through counseling. For example, many therapists find that highly sensitive individuals make up more than 50% of their clients. This not only highlights the psychological needs of highly sensitive people, but also shows that they are proactive in seeking help when facing life's pressures. High sensitivity is not a defect. It's a way to enrich your personality. When people first realize they have high sensitivity, they might be shocked or even brought to tears. However, this awareness can help them better understand themselves, accept their uniqueness, and find more happiness and fulfillment in life. By recognizing their high sensitivity, people can feel more at ease in social interactions, no longer troubled by their sensitivity. Instead, they can use this trait to build deeper and more meaningful relationships. We are all fighting battles that others know nothing about, so we must always be kind to others and to ourselves. Whether you want to restart a relationship, set boundaries, or decide to move on and leave something behind, you can do so with gentleness toward yourself and others. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.